I was anxious at the animated cartoon's action towards us, so on seeing said animation in the supermarket, I performed a dullard stare to mask the clarity of the heart's reflections. Without the correct social distancing intern in the shop, I carefully undertook spaced phases of birth and decline in between us. This cartoon dog standing as a human stands, dressed in the exact same clothes as I, though drawn, of course. And it was not aware of my presence, though I sensed it would soon turn, and its nose, comically erected, would twitch tentatively at first, then frantically, following 1,000-frame scent trail that had attached itself to my waistcoat by a punctured can of corned beef in the tinned food aisle. It never gets said when in movement, but it's wonderful to have such long legs. And this, in collaboration with the low-level extractor pipe near the top of my head, meant I could quite easily reach up and pull myself onto it with little fuss. And most importantly, without drawing away Poochie the Darn Dog Snuffles and his adventures in a holistic universe cartoon's main protagonist from the dog chocolate currently caught in its stare. My final crystallization into extractor pipe form was tempered by the purr of a pen and ink kitten choir, also profiting from the pipe's elevation.
So his onions, doing the famous red apple trick. Something very few actors could pull off convincingly, and a real test of their mettle. It's basically just eating an apple in mime, but it's done so convincingly that the audience, in this case the director, camera operator, sound recordist, pretty much everyone in the casting room, actually sees, hears, some say they even taste the apple being eaten. They would start rolling sound, followed by the flash of the studio lamps, and by the time the crew's eyes have adjusted to the light, they all see it there. And the mime is so precise that it manages to convey not just the apple's deep red skin, but the specific variety, the Malus prairie spy. These particular acts of fructogenetic illusion have become standard casting routine among the more left-field studios of the interwar period, and died with them as the Depression pruned the esoteric fringes of Hollywood to the hilt, while the big five studios rose. But recently a cache of these casting reels was found inexplicably in the old shuttered storehouse of a Long Beach tuna processing plant, derelict since 1957. Apparently they stank so bad they were almost scrapped along with the rusting canning machines that had been stewing for 40 years under that asbestos roof. Were it not for the discerning eye of passing location scout Alexander's station, who noticed them being hauled into the dumpster and intervened. Once the canisters had been hosed down and disinfected, they were taken to the Westway Orchard Archive, where a station, incidentally, was reprimanded for the closing down. After all, these were delicate historical records. Anyway, it took 16 months of painstaking validation by forensic cinematographers before it could be confirmed the reels were genuine RADs. The apple seen whilst filming, and the apple we're seeing right now on screen, is just not there in the celluloid. It's been rumoured, though never verified, that it was the nitrocellulose of one of Aigner's rat reels that ignited, some say spontaneously, in Westway Vault 7, causing the fire of 1967, which saw 70% of the archived material vanish in a flash.
Death often goes to parties and leaves them with a terrible hangover. Other times it lies in wait, something of a rizzler the longer there is nothing to end in the vicinity. Worldly people pay no attention to the cloaked darkness pacing near, so there is no reason for it to hide. Its agitation often stems from not being seen as a kindly brother, or a helpful counterpoint to the lives they all live, or even as a go-between or a facilitator.
There are no instruments to clobber, poison, cut down and do away with any entity,
it mutters.
Well, none on my side anyhow.
Not dull a whit, death plays up to its image when it is clocked, looming or coming across as relentless, an amusement it is aware only to itself. But then a person is brought about and finished off by the same force inherent in the motion of a wave as it plunges back into the ocean body. Looking in the mirror, waiting for the cubicle to be vacated, it says,
Not quite apparition, or embodied, or projection.
"What, mate?" comes a shout from inside the cubicle. "I won't be a minute."
No,
It thinks, turning to the voice.
about 45 seconds for my watch.